Heyo everybody, Haku here with my review for Boku no Hero Academia Season 3, Episode 8. I feel like my lighting looks really weird today, so sorry for that. Yeah, either way, let's discuss it. I really liked this one in a way that I kind of think is different than I liked all of the other episodes so far this season. There wasn't really a lot of action, a lot of, oh my gosh, I'm so hyped for this or that, but I liked this episode a lot based on the drama behind it. It was a different kind of Boku no Hero Academia episode, but I liked that part of it. It had kind of a slow feeling too, which again we don't get very often in Boku no Hero Academia. The pace seems blistering but never rushed, is what I said earlier in the season, and I kind of still stand by that. It's like a really fast pace. It's a really fast pace, but at the same time, everything is really thoroughly developed. Also, between this great episode and every week we get a great episode, and the manga being great every single week, and don't worry, I won't get into any manga spoilers here, I feel like this series just spoils us so much by delivering such great quality with both anime and manga. So I love the way the studio is doing the anime just in general. The way they're putting so much effort into making everything good, but also the general organization of it. I think it's organized very well. So big ups to Bones for that. But either way, let's start talking about the episode starting from the beginning. We're getting more into the class going back and forth, whether it's Civil War, Team Ida or Team Kirishima. Most of the class seems to be with Ida. The general sentiment that most of them expressed was we shouldn't let our emotions get the best of us, and also sort of breaking the rules in this situation is kind of morally ambiguous here, because breaking the rules, you have good reason for wanting to do it, wanting to save Bakugo and all, but breaking the rules is doing the same thing the villains are doing, because the villains are doing what they want to do and what they think is right and breaking the rules to do so. And also they might get in the way if they break the rules. They might make things harder on the pro heroes. So that's always a threat that's there for them. So I also love when they're talking about this, there's that scene with just the prolonged awkward silence. No music playing in the background, no character speaking, no noise, no anything, just a prolonged awkward silence that I thought worked so very well. So the scene with Kirishima talking to Izuku as everyone's walking out is really good too. The way it got darker, more serious. The music that played was really good. Kirishima and just the calm tone explaining to him, look, we don't know if you can even get up or anything, but we felt like before we went, it'd be right to include you to tell you what we were doing. Even if you can't go, we thought it would be right to at least let you know. But we're going to be meeting tonight outside of the hospital. So again, I really like the way this was all written. We learn more about Izuku's conditions. His arms are even more messed up now, not just his hand. And they sort of explain a lot of the things that went on, him going into hysterical strength because he had so much adrenaline pumping, and it was such dire straits and all. He went beyond that 80% into all the strength that he could do, and that takes a strain on your body, but his power has been injuring him again and again, and that's fine for, well, it's not fine, but it's not so bad for his bones and muscles because those can heal very well, but for his ligaments, those don't always heal up the right way. It's why a sprain is often worse than breaking a bone. Your ligaments are harder to heal properly than bone. So I like the way that the doctor worded it, I believe in the manga translation, where he was like, a couple more times, 2 or 3 more times, and you're going to have to seriously start thinking about living life with your arms paralyzed. And here in the anime, it was a good thing again, where the doctor's, yeah, 2 or 3 more times, and you're going to have to learn to live without your arms. So this makes the stakes a lot higher for Izuku. He can't just run off and do what he's been doing before, just punching somebody full power, because if he keeps doing that, he's going to injure his arms way too badly. He either has to think of some different things to do, or he has to sort of, I guess, adjust to his power more quickly. So yeah, there's that, and then from there, oh, he gets the letter from Kota, or Kota, and I think that the reading scene for that was really good, because again, there was this silence in the background, there was the sheets on the roof blowing in the wind, and the plane flying overhead. Just the calm, slow nature of it all, letting it all sink in, was really, really good for, in my opinion. Then he has the call to his mom, which I think is really, really great, that all we have is her saying, you know, do you really have to go to UA? And then we cut away from that. We don't know any of what else is going on, but we know that that's going to be on Izuku's mind, that he just heard that while he's going out to try to do all this stuff. And it seems like that's got to be something that's important to the future as well. So yeah, there's all that. And then I love, me and friends were joking, the Avengers. But I love the sequence where we see all of this team of heroes that Tsukauchi gathered together. So yeah, kind of Avengers plot. We have All Might, Endeavor, Best Jeanist, Edgeshot, Gang Orca, Gran Torino, Tiger, Kamui Woods, and Mount Lady. All heroes I like, and I'm really, really excited to see this. Then we have the hospital meeting at night. Kirishima and Todoroki are there. Yaomomo and Izuku show up as well. And then Ida shows up, and he doesn't want them to make the same mistake he made, but also, more importantly, he's worried about Bakugo, but he's worried about all of them too. If they run off, make that mistake, and get injured, he cares about them. He's their friend. He's their class representative. He doesn't want to see them run off and get hurt. So I thought it was a really great scene for all the characters involved. Izuku and Kirishima, the rest of them, still think this is something we have to do, but I like that Ida goes along as sort of, like he said, the watchman, to make sure that they don't hurt themselves. Also, I got chills at the scene where Izuku's narrative voice comes back over, and he's saying, you know, I mentioned before at the end of USJ that there was going to be the big incident later on, and again, just callbacks all the way to the first season. He's like, this is what that big event was, and it's beginning to start. So this is their major incident. I like that we look from Yaoyorozu's point of view, and she's thinking, it's impossible. We're not going to just sneak in there, grab Bakugo, and sneak back out. That is not even within the realm of possibility for us. But she's like, I'm going to stick with them, let them see for themselves how impossible it is, and then hopefully they'll understand too and call this whole thing off. We learned that where they're going is the Kamino Ward. Again, more Star Wars references with the places, like Hosu City, Hus, it's Hoth, and what was it, Dagobah Municipal Beach and all that. So again, pretty much every location or key location is a Star Wars reference. Then what else was it? Oh yeah, Todoroki and Kirishima said, yeah, we told everyone. We had the good thing from Uraraka, who understands Bakugo more than most of them, where she's like, you know, he'll probably see being rescued as sort of an embarrassment, that he needs to be rescued, which is a very valid point, and it brings us into a good point that no, the pro heroes don't want us to do this, the other classmates don't want us to do this, even Bakugo doesn't want us to do this. Are we really going to go through with something that nobody wants from us? And even then, I like that Izuku's like, he has that speech of, I got everything from All Might and I can't turn back now. So again, he can't turn back even if nobody wants him to continue forward. So all that was great. I love that they have the rich girl Yaoyorozu just wants to go shopping at the Danki Ote, and to explain the joke of that more, in the manga it was said in like a translator note or whatever that the Danki Ote was a play on words for like this sort of popular Japanese fashion store chain, but like really sort of, I don't know if it's supposed to have some sort of seedy or it's basically like this low budget fashion chain or whatever that's the Don Quixote, and this was a play on that, so it's the joke that the rich girl wanted to go shopping there. So they get all their disguises and stuff. I love that Yaoyorozu is bringing up that she can't just make whatever she wants in life, because if she does that she's going to destroy the economy. So I like that that's brought up, that she could make anything she wanted, but in doing that, I guess if her parents have similar quirks to hers, maybe that's how they're so rich. They just make whatever they need, or make whatever they need. Never have to do any. That's a sketchy power now that I think about it too. Everybody talks about how this or that power could be used as a villain. Yaoyorozu could just like be a counterfeit money machine essentially. So yeah, you know what? Yaoyorozu's power is sort of fit for a villain, I'm realizing, and she's a good person that she's not destroying the economy when she easily could. We see the apology press conference with Nezu, Aizawa, and Vlad, and I really like that it was used as a way of showing the main characters that society is, or at least the characters that were there at the time we know, mostly Izuku. It's a way of showing them that society has kind of lost faith in Yue's ability to keep kids safe. That they're not really thinking of Yue in this great holy aura. Then I love the villains' interactions with each other when we get to see them, and their interactions with Bakugo, showing that they're not just some crazy, evil, maniacal, laughing villains or anything. They're just normal people with their own reasons for doing what they're doing, but the reasons aren't always good, and what they're doing is most definitely bad, and that's what makes them villains, because it's a very realistic look at bad guys. Bad guys in real life are just people doing what they think they have to do. Their reasons aren't always good. What they're doing is definitely not good, and that's what makes them the bad guys. But they aren't just these crazy, laughing, maniacal villains. They're just normal people that are doing things wrong. So I like that. I like the villain interactions. They all have their own reasons. Bakugo attacks Shigaraki, which leads to a really great scene of him having the flashback and saying, you know, I look up to All Might and I want to win just like him. So showing that, of course, he's obviously not going to be a character that goes over to the villain side because he wants to be the best hero. Just because he's angry and loud or anything, it's not some sort of Sasuke clone. Just because he's angry and loud and stuff doesn't mean he doesn't want to be a hero. It doesn't mean he's not a really good person deep down. So again, good guy Bakugo here, great scene, and the cliffhanger's killing me. I knew it was going to end around here. I was like, well, they can't stuff any more than this into one episode, but still there was this part of me that was hoping that we would get even more. So yeah, either way, I'm super hyped for next week. Oh, speaking of next week, actually, the promo at the end of the end credits. Usually, I love that the promos for Boku no Hero Academia, they tell you nothing at all about the next episode. Nothing at all. But this one was actually kind of spoilery. It pretty much gave away one facet of a very multifaceted story, so it gave away like next to nothing in the grand scheme of things, but it did kind of give something away for next week, and I was like, they usually don't do that. Also, the title of it is All for One, isn't it? Yeah, title's All for One. That's crazy. I'm not expecting that because we've been going at a pace of about 2 chapters. Again, I'm not going to get into any spoilers from the manga, but we've been going at a pace of about 2 chapters per episode, and where this ended was like what, chapter 85, I think. So next week should be like 86 and 87, or 87 and 88. I might be one off. And then whichever it is, neither of those episodes is titled that, but the third one we're away from is titled All for One. So I'm wondering if next week we're actually going to get 3 chapters worth, or like 2.5 chapters worth in one episode, if the pacing is actually going to even be picked up even more than what we've been getting. So yeah, I'm not actually sure. The title, though, has me kind of, not concerned, but it has me thinking about that, you know? So, yeah, I guess that was it for the episode. So, I thought that it was a really great episode. I kind of covered everything within the review that I would bring up as general thoughts at the end. I do think that it's just a build-up episode, really. It's bringing us into more hype. But my favorite things about it were the slow building, the sort of slow building drama type storyline that it told. And I think that the organization was pretty good too. The way we focused in with the first part of the episode on that group at the hospital and on Izuku's decision that he had to make and Ida's feelings and all of that. And then going into the second half, we jumped around a little bit more. We saw what the heroes were doing, what the villains were doing, and what Izuku's group was doing. So I think that that was a really good way to organize things, and all in all, it turned out great. I want to give it more than 9. I'm going to give it 9.25 9.25 special hero super teams out of 10. I really enjoyed it, and that scene got me hyped up more than anything with the team of 9 heroes. 9, right? Yeah. No time to count all of them in my head, but I'm pretty sure it's 9. So we have that team of heroes, and I'm really excited about that. So yeah, that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video. Like if you did like the video, and comment down there to tell me what you thought of this episode and what you thought of my thoughts on it. Subscribe for more Boku no Hero Academia. I do live reactions to the manga and reviews for the anime. So yeah, those are on Friday and Saturday. Then yeah, I guess that's it. Follow on Twitter if you want. I can try to keep you updated there and stuff for the channel, or I can talk to you there. Or if you want to talk to me or more of us on Discord, you can ask and I can give you a link to the Discord server. Basically, anybody's welcome. So yeah, it's just me and a few other subscribers from the channel, and maybe a few other people I know who have channels. And we just talk here and there about different manga and anime and stuff. So if you want a link to the Discord, feel free to ask for a link. So yeah, that's it. Thank you once again for watching, and I'll see you all next time.